Introduce it in. Here we go, guys. We're in the Moose, the Medicine Show Radio Moose Mobile, and we're in Donegal in sunny Bundoran, which is sunny between the showers, it has to be said. We're having a lovely time. Thanks for joining us on this special broadcast from Duzelage. Got it right this time, didn't I? Duzelage Festival of Europe here in Bundoran. And we're off to, where shall we? Let's go to the Netherlands and via France and Algeria and all sorts of things as well. We've got in Ingo and William with us in the Moose. Also have got a lead in the way, and can I just push that?
Sure.
Somewhere else. Enjoy your coffee, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, by way of introduction, I want to talk about the jazz scene in wherever you travel, really, but particularly in the Netherlands. We'll talk about your music and what brought you together for this event, and which is a story in itself, I think. We'll delve into that. But I usually, on these occasions, ask the musicians to introduce themselves with a tune. Okay. Would you do that for us?
Sure.
What do you fancy doing?
We'll start off with your favorite, I think.
We got a fan request from our host.
That was the showstopper last night, and it went down the storm, eh?
Yeah. So that's a Dutch song.
Yeah.
And actually started its life as a Dutch pop song.
I know.
Famous ska band in the 80s, but it was covered.
Who was the band?
Doe Maar. They're called. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So they were Dutch.
Yeah, and they were like so famous in the 80s, had like similar thing to Beatlemania, but then in Holland, like teenage girls going crazy and fainting at their performances.
The Dutch network will understand that.
Yeah,
sure.
I think
so. I'm going to look that up after you.
So that was covered by a Gypsy Jazz trio, and inspired by that, we're going to do a rendition of that.
Remember the name of the trio?
The Rosenberg Trio.
Yeah,
it's like a world famous Gypsy Jazz trio.
Yeah,
I think maybe like one of the best of the world.
Excellent. Okay, so that's it. Ingo and William here in the Moose. Right.
All right.
Kick it in.
Yeah. Okay.
Ga zitten, want ik wil eens met je praten. Ik ben al lang niet meer zo blij als toen. Nee, schrik maar niet, ik wil je niet verlaten. Er is iets en ik kan er niks aan doen. We komen niets tekort, we hebben alles. Een kind, een huis, een auto en elkaar. Maar weet je, lieve schat, wat het geval is? Ik zoek iets meer, ik weet alleen niet waar. Is dit alles? Is dit alles? Is dit alles wat er is? Is dit alles? Is dit alles? Is dit alles wat er is? We zijn nu net een stuk in 13 delen. Aan het einde zijn we allemaal de klos. Het leven trouw, het leven van zoveel. Ik zoek iets meer, ik wil een beetje los. Is dit alles? Is dit alles? Is dit alles wat er is? Is dit alles? Is dit alles? Is dit alles wat er is? Is dit alles? Is dit alles? Is dit alles wat er is? Is dit alles? Is dit alles? Is dit alles wat er is? Is dit alles? Is dit alles? Is dit alles wat er is? Is dit alles? Is dit alles? Is dit alles wat er is?
Gypsy Jazz in Dutch here in the Moose, and thank you Ingo and William who are with us for the Euro festival here in Bundoran. Why do I keep forgetting where we are? So tell us about the jazz scene in Meerssen.
Well, so the backstory is that like we both don't live in Meerssen anymore, but I grew up there.
Okay.
So my parents.
That's just north of Rotterdam. You were telling me.
Yeah. So like Meerssen is in the very southern tip, close to Maastricht, from Maastricht.
Ah, yeah, we know where we are. So you're not far from The Hague.
But Delft is very close to The Hague, where we live now, where we studied. We just graduated our engineering degrees at the Delft University of Technology. So
excellent.
And
so is this a student project then?
Yeah, so that's where we met.
More or less.
And so the thing, like Delft is quite a small city.
Yeah.
And there's not that much going on, but there is a very strong student jazz scene.
Yeah.
Because we're in an association. You can find a link somewhere at the page, I think. Groover Jazz, it's called.
Yeah, I put that up.
And it's just like one of the bigger student associations in Delft with more than 300 members.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And so it's thriving in there.
It's really thriving. It's about like making music together, coming together, discuss music, invite like real proper professional artists into to teach us something.
Now, is that organised socially by yourselves, or is that are you help with the government or the?
No. So that's really like
for students by students.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Yeah. Was that you joined this university, or was that something that's come about recently?
It was there.
Yeah.
It's still relatively new, so it's been going for 16 years by now.
Okay.
But so, it has grown like very, very quickly the last year. So
definitely.
When we joined 7 years ago, there was already like a fully functioning, thriving organization. So that was a real treat.
So that must be inspirational. Then you must wake up every day thinking there's going to be more new music to explore.
Yeah, well, the great thing is that there are so many people who want to make music. So many people who are often interested in finding other people to play with, maybe even form a band together.
Yeah.
And
how about recording facilities? Is there on-campus recording facilities?
There are a few.
A bit, yeah.
But they don't really want to work that much with us. But we're like really our own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
How about travel across the rest of the Netherlands and the Low Countries, and particularly France, because you're finding handy for the hub of the whole thing, eh?
True. I must say, like, okay, so normally we don't perform together.
Yeah.
We've performed together once.
Yeah.
7 years ago, it wasn't really a success, but we've come a long way since.
Okay.
We prepared this little.
I want to explore how you've managed to end up in Donegal, but carry on with what you're saying.
Yeah. So, like I know the Duzelage, I know some people there, and I know Shane, who you've met.
Have you performed at Duzelage?
No, but I was there like 8 years ago when I was still in high school in Romania, close to the Ukrainian border.
Okay.
And there was just like
plenty
of
gypsy jazz going on over there as well. Eh?
There was some good folk, but it wasn't more like a musical event. But that's where like I met everyone. And 7 years later, I got an email from the president of the Duzelage. Okay, would you like to go to?
I'm hoping to talk more with the organisers here about the connections between Duzelage and Bundoran, of course. And there are other towns that are twinned that are getting involved in this festival thing, which I think is a magnificent thing.
Really
so it's like where the name Duzelage comes from.
Yeah, so that's the
so
the umbrella for the whole.
12 cities throughout
Europe.
There
used to be 12. I think there are more now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, we need to find out more of that.
So lots of different influences coming together.
These, well, it's marvelous, and it's before have a think about the song that you're going to play out for us with, and thanks for doing this. It's been very informative, and it's nice to get some music. I know you're off to so early in the morning. I know you're off on the cafe trail this afternoon, which is a thing to do if you're in Bundoran today. You can pop around all the cafes catching people just playing lots
of different bands,
intimate sets in the afternoon before the evening concert here as well. Where's your show today?
It's at the Foam Cafe on the main street here in Bundoran,
which is about 50 yards away from
here.
So I know that
you
need to go and get set up and everything as well. So that's fantastic. You guys come together. How did the invitation come, and who did it come to?
Okay, so I know the people from the Doezelaars.
Yeah.
So I got an email. Do you want to perform in Ireland?
Yeah.
So the first thing I did is I asked my regular bands. So I play in a jazz duo with a double bassist and a gypsy jazz trio with a saxophonist and another guitarist.
Wow.
But they all, they have to work and study because we're all not professional musicians. We just do.
It's tough getting things together.
Different stuff all the time. So then I thought, do I know someone who also recently graduated, who's out of a job?
Lots of time.
And would like to go to Ireland with me. So here
William,
he is.
Well done, William. And your background in music, have you got a band that you play with?
Yeah, so I also usually play with a band, also from this association we talked about, Jazz Quintet. So that would be drums, bass,
there's
keys.
more not traditional, more bebop involved in that?
Yeah, I would say what we usually play there is more 50s. Yeah, so I would play trumpet in that.
Chet Baker, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Art Blakey is a popular artist of choice for us. So we'll play standards from the 50s to early 60s. So a bit more traditional jazz stuff going on.
Oh wow!
But it's been really.
This has stretched you a little bit with the guitar and stuff.
Yeah, so I know how to play guitar, but usually I'm more focused on playing trumpet. So it was sort of a matter of dusting the instrument off and getting to grips with it again.
Fantastic.
But it's been a nice experience exploring this kind of music.
And in good company, particularly today. There's so many musicians coming through today. Are you here for the end of the parting glass session tomorrow? You're going to see
Yes. We're until Monday.
I can't wait for that. I mean, I don't want to wish all this away, but tomorrow that's just going to be fantastic. So that's in the George's Bar tomorrow. I'll put up the festival place to get the tickets for this evening, because I've seen much of the show that's happening this evening down in Derry.
Oh, okay.
On Wednesday, I had a warm-up gig down there, and it's just extraordinary. I mean, the whole ensemble come together at the end as well, you know, like Live Aid or something. It's just extraordinary. So I'm looking forward to that as well, guys. Again, I won't keep you back. What's the song that you fancy doing for us?
So maybe another Dutch classic, but this time instrumental. It's written by Stockelo Rosenberg, one of the Rosenberg musicians.
Oh yeah. That connects.
And he has written it for his niece, I think, who's called Sephora. It's almost called For Sephora.
Well, I've got some homework to do to catch up with all of this. Thanks very much, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Ingo and William here in the Moose. 1, 2, 3, 4. tremendous. Thank you so much, Ingo and William here in the Moose, and good luck with everything, your music and finding a job as well. So any leads at all for two gypsy jazz playing engineers, please do get in touch with them. You can do that through the internet and everything that's on screen now. Thanks very much for viewing, guys. We'll see you back here with more sessions this afternoon, and we'll be wandering around. I'm going to try and get around the cafe circuit as well this afternoon as well. We're in Bundoran at the Douzelage Festival of Europe. Lucky us. That's all I can say. What a fabulous time we're having, and thanks to everybody here for arranging everything, and such a well-organised event as well here in Donegal on the west coast, on the fringe of Europe, with musicians from all over Europe taking part. Guys, please do follow the Meerssen Medicine Show on the road.me on the bottom of your screen, and should you feel so inclined, donations are gratefully received, and really what keep us on the road, hoping to have another tank of diesel by the time we finish all these broadcasts as well. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for joining us. We're out of here for now. We'll catch up with you at the top of the hour. Musicians from Spain coming in next.